Oh. All right. You guys want to go through TIGHNARI's new voice? You guys want to go through TIGHNARI's new voice? Talk, hear all that he has to say and what he doesn't have to say? All right. So here we have it. The boy is back. We've got his bow at level 90. His artifacts need work. He's only a C2. We can change that. His talents are... I crowned his main attack. His burst still needs to... I still need to work on his other talents. But today, we are talking about his voice. That he has never had one until today, which is Zachary Gordon. So, if you don't know Zachary Gordon, a lot of people know him for being Greg in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the live-action movies, a.k.a. the Cheese Touch. Zooey Mama, indeed. But I actually didn't realize that Zachary was in the show How I Met Your Mother. If you didn't know that, that's because Zachary was, if any of you have seen How I Met Your Mother, he was Barney Stinson's fake son, the child actor that he hired to pretend to be his son. That is Zachary Gordon. And when I saw Greg's face, like Zachary's face in Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I was like, wait a minute, I know this face. I've seen this face, and it was definitely in How I Met Your Mother. So it was really funny when I was like, hey man, everyone's freaking about Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I'm over here like, bro, you were in How I Met Your Mother? What the fuck? So yes, Zachary Gordon is the voice of TIGHNARI, and let's just go through these voices a little bit. Now, mind you, if it takes some time for you to get used to the voice, totally understandable. Change makes sense. You know, TIGHNARI's been quiet for so long, and you might have imagined how his voice sounded in some way, shape, or form. But now this is the voice, and it may take some time to get used to, and that's okay. You know, I get it. It's gonna be different. From what I've heard so far, it's actually closer to every other iteration of the voice, from the original Chinese to the Korean to even the Japanese voice. So honestly, I think this is the right direction. So, but yeah, let's just play it out and see what his hello sounds like.
Hi there, I'm TIGHNARI,
Yeah,
forest watcher of the Avidia Forest. My duty is to preserve both the rainforest's ecosystem and the safety of its visitors. If this is your first time here, I suggest you first peruse the Avidia Forest Survival Guide, paying particular attention to the chapter distinguishing between edible and poisonous mushrooms.
I really like it. Look, I know that a lot of people, some of them are like, he sounds too close to Mika, and I'm like, what the fuck? Not every high voice. That's like saying every baritone sounds like Matthew Mercer. Does that make sense? Look, just because someone's voice is higher or someone's voice is lower doesn't mean they all sound like Matthew Mercer, Troy Baker, or you know what I mean? So I will not deny there are some lines that I've heard from Zachary that go higher, some that go lower, and that just makes sense because, you know, if it's his normal voice, you're going to fluctuate depending on the amount of energy you're going to input into a voice. So that makes sense. If there are times where it sounds like Mika, well then, what's the problem? I don't know. I feel like I've gotten, my voice has been compared to so many different people, and it's just so interesting to me because for me, I was like, oh, okay, sure, I'll take it as a compliment. Like I've gotten Todd Habercorn, I've gotten Matthew Mercer, I've gotten Ray Chase, I've gotten, there was a point where I got Johnny, which I was like, okay. There was a point where I even got, who was it? Sean Triplock, which that one I'll give. And then the people that said I can sound like Billy Kometz, well, I mean, sure. I will agree with you on there, especially with the influx of work of taking over. Max Middleman I've gotten based off my energy alone, not even actually sounding like him. There's a difference between sounding and having the energy that a character or a person, you know, has. So, yeah. Anyway, all that to say, if you hear similarities, you're gonna hear similarities between everybody, you know, at some point, shape, or form, because everybody, you know, I mean, the example that always comes to mind when it comes to people sound like each other is like Johnny Ombash, Micah Solusad, Stephen Fu, because they all tend to have a very similar kind of cadence. So anyway, we can keep going.
If you press a leaf between dry sheets of paper, you can make an attractive and handy bookmark.
Why's it got to be attractive? So, but I really do like the voice. It's so funny because people are like, oh, he lost his sass. And mind you, this was before all of these voice lines came out, right? People are like, oh, he lost his sass. And I'm like, honestly, I think it's a different type of sass. This is more sarcastic sass than straight up just like mean sass. Does that make sense? It's a different type of sass, which is totally fine and still works for the character. It's a different flavor, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I can't believe I said different flavors, sweet Christ. He is calmer, which I kind of dig. There is a line that I was like, oh man. Like, it's so funny because like he did a line better. There was the attack line, his burst line.
I'll uproot you. This
one has more energy, while
I hear everything.
This one doesn't have as much energy, which is totally fine. But this is taking me a little bit more to get used to, because the I'll uproot you used to sound, sorry, it never sounded, but in my head canon, it sounded calmer in comparison. So this is going to take some getting used to, but it's not even about the voice, it's about the energy. So yeah.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process.
He also just sounds sweeter. And I feel like TIGHNARI needs that. As sassy as our boy can be, he's also the guy who took in Kale. He's also the guy that took in Kale. And is a teacher. He's a teacher. You know? So he definitely needs that.
The value of knowledge cannot simply be quantified in monetary terms.
Like, he has his modes, you know? He has the modes of, it's like, I'm sick and tired of your shit, but I'll be polite and cordial because I have to be. And then there's the learning mode. There's the mode where it's like, I can take care of you. Please let me just... And I think Zachary does that really well.
I'm used to the rain, but you should probably use an umbrella. I applied a plant-based waterproofing oil to my tail. One swish, and it's dry.
I've never actually heard some of these, which is really funny.
The thunder's so loud. My head hurts.
It's probably from your big-ass ears. I mean, it makes sense, you know. I just picture the little sticker that TIGHNARI has of him covering his ears. You know what I mean?
I don't see weather like this very often. Oh, are you cold? If you want, you can tuck your hands into my tail.
Ah, so this is where the memes come from. You guys taking voice lines and making it... You guys think I haven't seen those goddamn memes? Where you guys fucking put voice lines together between me and Zachary. You think I don't see those goddamn memes? It's so funny. Everyone is always like, he's in the walls. He's in the walls. He's in the goddamn... How... You know why I'm in the walls? You know why I'm in your quote-unquote walls? You keep tagging me in all of these posts. And you suddenly forget the moment I comment on one of these posts that you were the one who made me show up here. You invited me and told no one else. And you're just like, oh my God, he showed up. Who told him? Not me. It wasn't me. When it was all fucking you. It was fucking you, and you know it. Also, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. And thank you for the 300 biddies. My favorite part, earlier today, this is a great example. Hayden, my partner in life, they posted an image of TIGHNARI. They were quote tweeting an image of TIGHNARI, and it had TIGHNARI with long hair. And Hayden was like, they fell in love with TIGHNARI. And I responded with, Sino was right there. Because Sino has long hair. And it is edgy. You know what I mean? and someone goes, I knew you'd be here. Of course I'd be here. That's my fucking partner. Why wouldn't I respond to the person I'm spending the rest of my fucking life with? What are you, insane? Look, if you make that comment on TikTok, fine. Sure. But that's my fucking, are you kidding me? That's my partner in life. That's my non-binary fine. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh no.
Anyway, that one really got me today. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Oh my god. All right, you have a good one, Mudge. Ah, gosh. Yeah, chat. It's they, them. Hayden, my partner, goes by they, them. Just a heads up. Just want to make sure you know that. Anyway.
My ears, they're gonna be blown inside out.
Hey, yo! I want to steal non-binary finey. Go ahead. Spread it like the plague. I will say Hayden coined it, as far as I know. And I stole it from them.
It's so hot. Even a mist flower would melt in this heat. Now that I think about it, it wouldn't. But you get what I mean.
When you correct yourself. When you actually yourself.
Shh, listen. That's the sound of dew dripping upon the leaves.
It's when he gets higher that I can hear it. It gets like a little more in the nasal region that I can slowly hear what people are referencing in the sense of Mika. But where he normally sits TIGHNARI, I don't hear it.
During lunch breaks, I like to sit in a tree.
He did voice Haynar in Kingdom Hearts 3, yes.
Through the canopy. If I'm not careful, I'll fall asleep.
What are you, Layla?
Good evening. I'm preparing to go observe bioluminescent flora. Want to come?
Anytime.
Get some sleep. I'll be on guard duty. It'll be a good time to write today's patrol log entry. I studied botany in the Amorta Darshan. My academic advisor wanted me to join the faculty after graduation, but to be quite honest, I prefer a somewhat freer research environment. From my observations, the way that the academia handles certain matters leaves much to be desired. Fortunately, my advisor didn't push the issue. Not like that would have worked.
Yeah, I really like it. Hey, I think for the 190, so is no one going to say anything about, this is Greg, your diary? No, he's got a journal. A journal, a log book, if you will. Look, patrol log entry. It's a patrol log entry. It's not, come on, get it together. Oh, your real name is Atsu. Oh, that's cool. I mean, honestly, if Atsu showed up, I would not be surprised.
Many people think that my kind are loners, and I don't blame them.
I like
for
how he
thinking
started that. Many people
the few
think.
of us around are mostly scholars, and we're always chasing our research, so you'd be lucky to spy a single tuft of tail fur in a whole year. Like my father, for example. He's an entomologist, and lately he's been studying the evolution of beetles in the desert. I have no intention of joining him. I'm ashamed to admit that I don't tolerate the sun very well. Prolonged exposure turns my brain and body into mush.
Aw, that's cute. I don't know why, but this line specifically, the way he started it and how he went into in the middle, made my brain go, Sheldon from Big Bang Theory? Not sound, but has that energy. I don't know why, but it absolutely gave me that. It's like, it's, I could absolutely hear TIGHNARI say Bazinga. Zooey mama.
I believe that the best way to achieve mutual understanding with someone is to spend time with them. Other methods are less realistic. That's why there is no need to rush introductions.
It's the way he reads it. It's
Time will
definitely
settle
more
everything.
scientific. He's very, I don't know what it is. The way Zach is playing it is very calculated. And I kind of like that. Like everything is, you know, everything is very punctual and very articulated. There are moments where he breaks, you know, because it's like, oh, it's cold, oh, it's hot, oh, there's something on me, that kind of thing. It's very scholarly. Yeah, it's very intellectual, and I kind of like it. How long do we have left? 2 hours before I have to dip.
Are we officially friends? What? So this sort of thing needs official documentation now? Okay then. Well, hand over your friendship certificate. I assume it'll need my signature.
Okay, this is actually funny. Bro, that's actually great. I love that.
Are we officially friends? What? So this sort of thing needs official documentation now?
See, there's your sass.
Okay then.
There's your sarcastic
Well, hand
sass.
over your friendship certificate. I assume it'll need my signature.
I love that. There you go. To anybody who questioned the sass, it's that line.
I remember praying as a kid that if I were lucky enough to receive a vision, it had to be a dendro one. It wasn't because of research. I just wanted to make a vine ladder to reach high-hanging fruit.
What a simple fucking reason. Mewchuck, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it. Thank you everybody for all the subscriptions today. I really do appreciate all of you.
I've heard about the Aranara for some time now, but I haven't personally seen any. Sometimes I hear rustling sounds from the forest's depths, but
Shorty
they
confirmed.
disappear when I go closer.
Yes, the ears
That's
give
a
them
good thing,
height.
though. At least they know how to protect themselves. Unlike those stupid adventurers whose first thought when they run into an Avidia leopard is, oh, maybe I'll form an interspecies friendship today.
Bro, what the fuck? Unlike those adventurers. Bro, he's great. Nah, he's killing it. He's killing it. No, this is...
Was that the bite of 87?
Oh, it was the interspecies bite of 87.
Don't worry about Karkata. I told the Matra I know that it's my research assistant. If anyone wants to do anything to it, they'll need to go through me. Since you seem to care a lot about Karkata, why don't you enroll in some courses at the Spantamad Darshan? That way, you can care for it even if I'm gone.
There you go. The Matra you know. You know, it's his contact.
Did you know that plants can camouflage themselves?
I didn't.
Some mimic insects or birds to intimidate their natural predators. Others produce bait to attract pollinators. And still others are obligate carnivores that utilize enticing fragrances or honey to lure in their prey.
By the way, Zach has a Twitch now. Oh, I know.
I feel like I'm not just talking about plants anymore. When that child was first brought here, she was effectively...
He sounds less snarky and more nerdy now. You literally must have just missed these fucking lines where he literally shits on adventurers. Or this
Are we
one.
officially friends? What? So this sort of thing needs official documentation now? Okay then. Well, hand over your friendship certificate. I assume it'll need my signature.
And then there was...
I've heard about the
Thank you for the
Aranara
study.
for some time now, but I haven't personally seen any.
Oh, that was a glitch.
Sometimes I hear rustling
Wait
sounds
for
from
it.
the forest's depths, but they disappear when I go closer. That's a good thing, though. At least they know how to protect themselves. Unlike those stupid adventurers whose first thought when they run into an Avidia leopard is, oh, maybe I'll form an interspecies friendship today.
What was that? That second half is fucking perfect. Like those video adventure.
When that child was first brought here, she was effectively illiterate. It wasn't a huge issue, though. She's a hard worker and a diligent student, so she's made good progress. Still, her goal is to learn advanced medical techniques, so she still has a long way to go. She sometimes puts too much pressure on herself. Oh, help her out when you can, would you? Consider it a favor for me as her mentor. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Sped through that line. Must have been a lot.
You want to see Sino? Well, firstly, a word of caution. If he ever comes chasing you down for work-related reasons...
If you have to ask why TIGHNARI's voice changed, first of all, he never had a voice to begin with. He's been silent this whole time. And secondly, Google it. And it'll be real easy to find.
You want to see Sino? Well, firstly, a word of caution. If he ever comes chasing you down for work-related reasons, prepare for the nightmare of a lifetime.
Oh.
Other than that, General Mahamatra is a high-ranking position, so it usually isn't easy to find him. But he does occasionally go to Gandharvaville to seek Kale. As much as he might want to stay unnoticed, he can't fool my ears.
He said that with such smugness. The old one is better. Hey, you know what's better? You banned. All right, cool. You have a good one. Anyway, good question.
After my advisor's rescue, I wrote him a letter to send my regards.
Whoa!
To my surprise, he wrote back saying that someone had already given him...
Hold on.
You want to see Sino? After my advisor's rescue,
Whoa!
I wrote him a letter to send my regards. To my surprise, he wrote back saying that someone had already given him my regards in person. He ended the letter with a question. The General Mahamatra said he hopes that the sages will enjoy a more tasteful reputation, thanks to the efforts of our Darshan. Whatever do you suppose he meant by a more tasteful reputation? It's a good question. I'd like to know, too.
It's so interesting because I'm sure at this point he was still trying to find the character. Because you have to realize they probably made him do all of this plus story content in such a rapid pace that by the time he figured out the character or where the character sat, it was probably like more than halfway into it, you know?
Be careful of Alhaitham. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but he purely operates by rationality, so people often find his actions unacceptable. If you don't believe me, just ask his roommate. Thanks to Alhaitham, he has more pent-up frustration than an angry Animo slime.
That would be actually really cool in Genshin, because like time does technically progress in the world of Genshin, right? So it would be interesting if the characters grew with each passing year. I don't think that'll happen, mind you, but it would be really interesting. And then everybody's voice slowly but surely changes, you know? And it would be really interesting to hear, like, this is the beginning of the game TIGHNARI. This is the end game TIGHNARI. Same with Sino. It's like, hello there, I'm the General Mahamatra. To, hello there, I'm the General Like, I doubt that would ever happen. But, you know.
Kaveh is a famous architect in Sumeru. The Palace of Alcazarzare is his magnum opus. During the initial planning, he even asked me to recommend suitable ornamental flora. I don't know why or how, but he ended up heavily in debt after the palace was completed. Alhaitham is helping out by letting him stay at his place, but I don't know whether that's a blessing or a curse.
For who? That's the ultimate question.
The renowned Lord Sangama Bey is none other than Dory. I became acquainted with her.
Can't wait for the second phase. Same.
Project. It had required very rare materials, and the only way I could get them was through her and her mysterious supply network. Never you mind what I was buying and what I was researching. Thank you very much.
I love that. I really am curious. I really want to go through, but redoing the Archon story help. Yeah, that is what. How can you redo the story and Archon quest? Because I personally would love to do that at some point if I could. Oh, new account, brother. I'd rather just watch the cutscenes online then. You have 4 accounts? You better be free to play if you have 4 accounts.
I've heard of her.
Quest
The
archive?
sleepwalking.
Really? In the quest archive, you could do that? How the hell do I get the quest archive? Archive. Travelogue? Or books? No shot. Oh, shit.
All right, next let's see your right hand. Not bad. But please remember that you still need to be careful, understand?
Whoa.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter... Well, you understand.
But I have a vision too!
I think...
Smash.
I think his story stuff might have been done after.
Ah, there you are.
His voice is definitely a little lower in the story stuff. And he sounds great.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well. No need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited.
Okay, cool. So that's the first quest. Let's see. Yeah, that's us. No, I don't think he's in this one. Is he in 4? Elazar, Kazan, Paimon, Al-Haytham? I don't think he was in... What was the last thing he was in, chat? Act 5? He was in Act 5? It's probably lower than... Did I skip it? Dia. TIGHNARI, there he is.
Ah,
When
traveler.
I first heard
Paimon.
TIGHNARI's voice, my brain said my scrunkly nose is poingus. So that's what they is now.
I have no idea what that means.
Ah, traveler. Paimon. And you are? A mercenary? You must have some big news for me.
Oh, dude, he sounds great. I'm actually really looking forward to hearing him.
All right then, follow me.
I definitely feel like with the story stuff, he definitely found the voice then. Wow, that's so cool. His, Wow. Yeah, no, this makes me excited for TIGHNARI's story.
Yeah, he came looking for me.
Psst, hey, yo,
Yeah.
Who did? Oh, the Fatui Harbinger, he's talking about the Tode.
Sino, you say? I see. So that's why he hasn't been at the academia. Okay. Despite having just met you, I can sense that you're the serious type. Between you, the traveler, and Sino, none of you strike me as the type that would conspire to deceive me.
Oh.
You don't need to tell me anything you don't want to. I'll also get straight to the point.
Yeah, yeah, he's perfect. He's perfect. Check out the Lummox line. Where is that? Is that... I wish I could check it. Would that be in Act 1? In his story quest? Okay. Oh god, in which part? You guys are gonna have to be third one, you think? Okay. Been working. Gregnari. That's so funny. Oh my god, this is gonna be a bit. Someone said second? Okay. Do you feel unwell? Scroll a bunch. They are about to make a camp. Prepare to make a camp. Okay. You just passed it, did I? Sorry, I'm blind. Okay.
Come on, you big lummox. Raise your head and look up.
I love that.
Let's set up camp here.
I love that.
Hey, over here. Come on, you big lummox.
Oh, that glitched. Hold on.
Come on, you big lummox. Raise your head and look up.
Yep, that's my
Let's set up
TIGHNARI.
camp here.
That's my TIGHNARI, chat. That's... Also, I did not know you could do this with the archive, which is great. Give yourself a little audiobook right there. But, yeah. Overall, I think TIGHNARI's new voice, the fact that he even has a voice now, because he's never spoken before Zachary Gordon, is great. It is interesting how much higher these lines...
Happy birthday. Do I need to teach you some...
They're not that much higher, but you can definitely tell they're lower and more settled in the story.
Germinating seeds break through the soil and take root.
Like, the Ascensions sound great.
Happy birthday. I picked out a potted plant in full bloom for you, along with a gardening
He's
guide.
great.
If
He's doing a great
anything happens
job,
to it,
and I'm really
don't
happy to
hesitate
have him on
find
board.
me at any time.
And
This
now I
plant
can actually
comes with
use
a
him again.
Forest Watcher lifetime guarantee. I'll have you know, a lot of flowers are in season on your birthday. It took me forever to choose one. I'll get you a different species next year.
That's so cute. Opening chest.
Why is there a chest here? I think we can forego the lost and found report.
True. Why?
Smells like something good is inside.
Turns out there wasn't. But there you go, chat. That is TIGHNARI. That is TIGHNARI. And now I can explore the world once more and go collecting stuff.
The bite of 87?
No, that was the smell. The sniff of 87, if you will. What about the lock me up line? Where is that? What are they gonna do? Lock me up? I don't even know where that is, if I'm gonna be honest. About TIGHNARI 3, thank you.
To better serve the Avidia Forest, I occasionally offer training courses to the forest rangers. If you want to split hairs, then yes, these courses would be considered as dissemination of information by the academia. But what are they gonna do?
Lock me up?
I
dare them.
We'll
Bro.
see how many patients suffering from weird and wonderful ailments start flooding into the Bimarstan every day.
I love that. I love that. All right.